Try to get some action here. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I got these in low because of Infinity. Wow. Really drops the frames per second. So here you can see the resolution 1920 by 1080p. Now it's set on ultra. You can see the frames per second drop there. So we're at 50 frames per second. $50, 60 frames per second. Got him. Alright, so you can see in the middle of the action we're about 50 frames per second on ultra settings. I think the game's about to end now. So with low settings you get about 55 frames per second. Low settings you get about 120 frames per second, and that's with 1920 by 1080p resolution. Battlefield 3 is definitely heavy on the graphics, especially with the eye candy. Alright, so that's enough Battlefield 3. I'll exit out of this and then we'll get into Modern Warfare 3. Do a quick game and then we'll do Dirt 3. Alright, so we've seen Battlefield 3 both on ultra settings and low settings, both at 1920 by 1080p. Now we'll do Modern Warfare 3 and I'll jump into the settings with that. Modern Warfare 3 is a much less graphics dependent game, so we're going to see a lot more better frames per second. go into the options, and here you can see extra. We're set on native. Let's see if I can. There, resolution 1920 by 1080p. Oh, I can turn this up. Anti-aliasing 4. Shadows, yes. Leave the sync every frame off, because it disorients the frames per second. Depth of field, yes. Specular map, I'm not sure what that is. I'll turn all this stuff on high quality. Bullet impacts, soften smoke edges, all that. So you can see at the menu we're at 45 frames per second, but it should jump up once we're in the game. Out a little bit. Yeah. Personally, with the eye candy in Battlefield 3, you can tell the difference for sure between, you know, ultra and low. But really, when you're focusing on, you know, killing somebody and stuff, it really doesn't really make a difference in your gameplay. You know, I always keep the settings at, you know, where they're at least, you know, 80, you know. Because I don't want my frames per second to drop down past 50 usually. I like real smooth gameplay. So you can see here, there's a cap on this. There's 90 frames per second. So you can see that we're maxing out here. And this is on max settings. Oh, ow, I just burnt myself. So you can see with Modern Warfare 3 that we're easily maxing out on the frames per second cap. I don't think